Hi everyone, it's Pastor Dan with uplifting thoughts again for today. Have you ever lost something of real value? Maybe a precious ring slipped off your finger during the winter months. There's a panic that we feel because of the ring's value to us. Or whenever we say, "Hey, where's my wallet?" Our heartbeat rises, doesn't it, as we stop everything to look for something we all keep up with because of its value. Things of real value are important to us. The greater the value, the more important it is, and it's not always the monetary value that counts. Precious things to us are most valuable. This week, we're looking at the value of love. The Apostle Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians 13, the greatest virtue in life is love. In other words, love is to be what's most valuable to us. But sometimes we don't see its value. Instead, there are other things more important to us. Love was not always supreme for the Apostle Paul. In his life, instead, it was his pedigree and his standing in the community. He was a religious bigot, a Pharisee, a member of an exclusive men's group that saw life as us against them. He believed only his group was important to God, and those not in his group or under his control were God's enemies. But then something happened to Paul. He was introduced to love. Jesus showed up at a moment that was least expected, and Paul discovered God is love. And now, when he's in contact with the Corinthian church, which was in conflict with each other, each member having an us against them attitude, Paul says, "Let me show you a more excellent way to live." Have you ever read the two verses before and after the love chapter of 1 Corinthians 13? 1 Corinthians 12, verse 31 says, "Pursue the greater gifts." That's one of the things they were fighting over, the gifts of the Spirit. And then he says, "Let me tell you of a more excellent way. It's love." Only love changes hearts. It's what the world needs. Paul learned love is not just for Valentine's Day. Love is how we relate to everyone. That's why he says in the first verse of chapter 14, "So in everything strive to love." Do you hear how valuable love is? Paul wants us all to discover what he has discovered. Love is what's most valuable in life. Strive to love, Paul says, echoing the words of Jesus. Love one another as I have loved you. Now, I'll be the first to say it's hard to love. What comes natural to us is just the opposite. I've had people say to me, "You can't always love because you'll get run over or you'll get taken advantage of." So many of us hang on to selfishness because we think it protects us. It belongs to us. Instead, striving in everything to love, we keep love in a romantic relationship only. But listen to the changed man, the Apostle Paul, writing in 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 8. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love isn't envious, doesn't boast, brag, or strut about. There's no arrogance in love. It's never rude, crude, or indecent. It's not self-absorbed. Love isn't easily upset. Love doesn't tally wrongs or celebrate injustice, but rejoices with truth. Is love's delight. Love puts up with anything and everything that comes along. It trusts, hopes, and endures no matter what. Love will never end. That's what's most valuable. It's most important. So let me ask you, are you striving to love in everything? Are you surrounding yourself with others who encourage you to love one another as Jesus loves us? Or are you instead in an exclusive group, an us against them group? You know, you don't have to stay there. There's a more excellent way to live, and it's called love. So strive to make love the most valuable virtue in life. Hey, thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.